Hello, my friends, and welcome to this pick a card reading. This is a reading about what is on the horizon for you. And I've chosen 3 decks with the 3 of Wands as the representation of what we can see, things that we've sent out and what we can see on the horizon that's coming towards us. So pile 1 is this pile from the Tarot by Caro. And pile 2, you have the Pulp Tarot. And pile 3, you have the Art of Adventure Tarot. So these are your 3 piles. What is next on the horizon for me? What is next on the horizon? That's your question, my loves. The timestamps will be in the description box below, and I will see your reading. Bye. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Now, just to let you know that I have all my windows open right now because it's hot, right? So if I hear any noise, I might have to stop the reading and just close some windows and then come back. So just to warn you about that. But you chose this 3 of Wands, the 3 of Wands from the Tarot by Caro. And it's interesting, you can just about see the sea in this reading, but you could in this card, but you can also see that the sun is rising or setting. So it's almost like something's come after a period of being dormant. Obviously, when we look at the 3 of Wands, not obviously, but with those of you who know about the 3 of Wands, it's about sending out things. But sometimes, even if we do send stuff out, it actually looks like the sun is rising. I just noticed because this moon is out here. So it means that the sun is rising after a night. So a possible dark night of the soul could be occurring, or there could be an emergence of something. You could have been not, it just feels to me that you haven't heard anything about certain plans. It's almost like you have no idea. There's a real sense of I wouldn't say mystery, but it's like things have been in darkness. It seems like things have been shrouded in a sense of darkness for you to and you don't know what's been going on, you don't know what's been happening. So yeah, let's have a look at what the astrology is saying. Dear Spirit, what is on the horizon for pile 1? You've got 2 cards. We've got the 6th house routine, and we've got Chiron, healing, reversed. I think Chiron is currently in retrograde at the moment, actually. So that would make sense why it came up reversed. But also, what just came to me just then was the idea of retrograde, right, is an illusion, in the respect that when things go retrograde, the planet isn't really going retrograde. It looks like it's going retrograde. It just looks like it. And I get the sense that if you feel that you have been, that you are not like, that you're regressing in a certain sense, you may feel that. Also with the 6th house, and 6th house is Virgo, so it's also to do with how you run the daily routines of your life. How each of those patterns within your life help you to build the foundations of your dreams and everything that you want. You know, for example, if you want to get a good body, or like you want to be fitter and more healthy, there are certain things and routines that you implement to do that. And I don't know, I just get a sense of regression. But it's almost like you know that this is the course, you know that it's almost like you know, but it feels like that you're regressing. Yeah, it feels like you're regressing. Okay. Right, so we've got 2. There we go. Now I'm going to use this in the deck. So let's have a look. Actually, I want to pull first before I do this. I want to pull 2 oracle cards for you. One being the astral chakra cards. Spirit, what is on the horizon for pile 1? What is on the horizon for pile 1? Wow, love, okay. So we have love, essence, sun. That's the heart chakra. And it's about love and also connection with the sun. So it's about your essence. It's really interesting because the ability to, what's that saying? In discipline you find freedom. And I feel that with this 6th house, that sense of routine, discrimination, being able to be really clear with yourself about your values and about what you want. Yeah, let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh, I think I have one more of these cards. Dear Spirit, what is on the horizon for pile number 1? I spread joy. Look at that. And it's sun and it's heart chakra. That's like a well-known, I hope you can see that. Yeah, that's like if you were to do that pose in yoga, or a similar pose, it's very heart opening. Yeah, this is a very heart opening pose. So it's almost like you're leading forward, you're going forward, you're leading with your heart. And particularly where we've got this beautiful heart chakra, sun and inner self. And it's about purity of essence. Routine allows you to get to that purity of essence. It allows you to connect with that sense of self, because you get to know yourself in a way that's really valuable. You understand yourself through routine. Bear with me 1 second, my loves. So yeah, there's this sense of connecting to one's essence, and the way you do that is through the heart. And the sun is the ultimate sense of self-expression, connecting with your essence, remembering yourself. There is a book called the oh crap, what is it called again? It's not Atomic Habits, it's another one. It's called The Morning Miracle, okay? And The Morning Miracle by Hal Elrod. And it's an incredible book that goes into 7 habits that you do every day to kind of set you up for the day. And I'm not saying that you have to do that, but it describes the importance of routine and about how this creates a sense of structure within yourself. And it's interesting how we have triangle here, triangle here. There's this sense of like structure, you know, this trilogy. Heart, body, mind, mind, body, spirit, whatever you want to call it. There's this like kind of structure that's creating the stability for the whole, regardless of outcome. And I think that that's what this time about you waiting. And it's interesting also how we have like darkness here and darkness there. And then when we looked initially at your Three of Wands, there was darkness. It was the sun rising. So it's almost like you've been waiting for the sun to rise. Yeah, let's see what the tarot says. The Spirit. What is on the horizon for pile 1? Dear Spirit, what is on the horizon? Whoa. Okay, well, we got off to a cracking start already. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. The Three of Swords. The Two of Swords. The Knight of Wands. The Ace of Wands. The Six of Swords. And the Four of Wands. The quest to be happy. There's a real desperation to want to be happy. A striving to be happy. But also I get a sense that there's a sense you don't believe that you deserve it. Bottom of the deck energy is the Page of Swords. Waiting for that inspiration, waiting for that moment to believe that it will come to you. So much pain. So much pain. And it's almost like you've tried everything to kind of get over it. Almost like there's a sense of like you maybe overcompensating, you know? And this is about you remembering your essence. I almost think that there may be a sense of you doing this routine and just staying in what you're doing in order to cope, to survive. Because you're waiting for the sun to rise. You're waiting for things to get better. I think what this reading here is telling you is that things are going to change massively. The pain that you've been through is actually very, very worth it. It's almost like it's bounded your heart and stopped you from being able to express yourself in a way that is passionate, beautiful, loving. Almost like connecting with your sense of childhood self. Or not even childhood self. We're talking more about like teenagery side of yourself, you know. Maybe there was a part of yourself when you were a teenager that you really... that you loved. And I think it's really interesting how we have the Knight and the Ace of Wands here, because that says to me that it's very like there is this real passion. Do you remember, well, I don't know, like when I was a teenager, you know, my sexual drive was up, you know. It was there was a lot more sexual drive, put it that way. So, or there was a lot of creative energy, you know, and it's almost like you're wanting that back. Yeah, you want it back. And that is what's coming back. It is what's coming back, but it's interesting because there's two things. Either That even though you're waiting for this kind of creative spark to come back, you think that that's what's going to make you happy. It's interesting, because it's not. Or that there's still this sense of like you not being happy anyway, you know, or that you have been unhappy. Now I can see that there is some big pain here. It's 3 swords, 6 of swords, you know, it's like it's double, it's doubled, multiplied by 2 in a way. There may be some compensatory kind of stuff going on, to try and I feel like maybe there may be a possibility where you're outsourcing your happiness. Not that you're relying on others to make you happy, but it's almost like, you know, the person who gives and gives and gives, particularly with this 6th house, like gives so much and is not really replenishing themselves. I do see a bit of the candle burning at both ends with these 2 cards here. And because of the pain that's happened here, it may be that what's on the horizon is that you feel that, you know, that you've got to make things happen, that things have got to really, you've really got to work to make yourself happy. And I don't agree with that in this reading. Of course you do to a certain extent, but like I feel like if you're working to avoid pain to be happy, I don't know, do you see that that's not something that could be beneficial long term? It actually takes you away from what your essence is. So I think it's important to, you know, like really kind of, yeah, really, really stick with that. It's almost like you feel like you're in a rock and a hard place as well, because there's this, it's almost like you're biding your time and you're waiting to see what happens, but on the other hand, it's almost like you're itching to move. Absolutely. And I think, to be honest with you, you have to do creative things anyway. You have to go with that fire that's within you anyway, regardless of the pain that you are in. Yeah. And it's, you know, the routine is really important. Doing these basic things for yourself is important, but I don't know, there's still sometimes, do you know what I'm getting? I'm just getting the feeling like, say for example, somebody's like broken up from a relationship, and you know, they're trying to get over it, they're trying to like, you know, work through it. So they've maybe gotten involved in a few things, gotten involved in some new routines, like maybe started up an exercise routine, started up all these routines to like kind of change themselves, but the motivation behind it is just to get over the pain, rather than sitting through the pain, accepting the pain, understanding that the pain is part of someone, and a part of themselves, and then doing the things slowly to get stronger. You know, it's all about intention, you know. And if the intention is to just get over someone, that's not a great intention. And that's what I see here. I see a bit of overcompensation here. You may even be having a lot of sex, like to get over it. Do you know what I mean? With like other people. I don't see that, like, but it could be interesting, because I don't know. This Four of Wands is bugging me. I think it's a bit, yeah. So what I'm seeing on the horizon for you, Pile 1, is a realization that what you're doing is needing to go back and rework some things for yourself. Find your true essence. And I think that this is also a necessary transition for you in order to do that, because then it can make you understand why you do the things that you do, why you are currently doing the things that you do. Does that make sense? Yeah. Interesting. What's next on the horizon for pile 1, dear Spirit? What's next on the horizon for pile 1? Excuse me. Wow. So the stars, a long journey brings rewards. How funny. It was reversed. From seeing that reversed and also seeing the flower of life there, which is really interesting, and then we've got this star. Hold on, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pointed star. Wow. Okay. It says a long journey brings rewards. 2 things I can see from that. The expectation that you're going to get rewards from what you're doing right now might not come through. But also the rewards, once you understand what it is that you need to change and what you need to accept, the rewards will come quickly. Those are the things that I'm seeing here with that card. We've also got the wizard as well. Look at that. Use your skills to aid others. I also think that this is also to aid yourself. Yeah, it's also to aid yourself. It's also to aid who you are. Because I didn't see others, I saw really you, but then... yeah, that's what it is. It's you using the skills that you use to help others. You need to use them for yourself. Yeah. And you realizing that. Because I don't know, there's some boundary stuff going on here. It's about your boundaries. And I understand if it's difficult for you to assert your boundaries, because you may feel that you're compromised. But yeah, I get that sense here. It's a very necessary thing though, because you know, that Wheel of Fortune it's almost like this is something that one needs to learn. This is something that you're needing to work through. It's part of your karma to work through it. It's part of your, I wouldn't say actually karma, I would say more it's kind of like your life mission. Maybe it is partly karma. We do have Chiron here, so I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, it definitely seems like this is part of your mission to understand and learn this about yourself so that you can discover your true essence. And then that's when you'll really find your vavavoom, your jujum kind of come back. Because I mean, you know, the Ace of Wands is not reversed, it's upright. Knight of Wands is upright, you know. These are like going for it. But sometimes it's kind of like, get sort of sense of a rebel without a clue kind of vibe. So yeah, that's what's on the horizon for you, pile 1. Let's see what these cards have to say. What's on the horizon for my pile 1? The Spirit, what's on the horizon for pile 1? Abundance. Abundance. Maybe you've been throwing yourself into making money. Yeah. Can you see that? Just. Yeah, like maybe you are throwing yourself into something, making money, doing things. Yeah. Trying to overcompensate. Doing things for others. Yeah, I get that sense. And not being honest with your feelings. It's kind of like stalemate of you not being able to like see the truth and also like speak properly. But I also get a kind of like bound energy. Not quite not quite 8 of Wands there, or 8 of Swords even, but more, I always see this as somebody who can't speak, who's like limiting their heart. And if you think about the idea of when you like fold your arms, you're blocking something, aren't you? I mean, there are various reasons why we cross our arms. It could be also that we're just cold. But just the action of crossing your arms, you know, you're making sure that your solar plexus chakra is blocked, and you're also like, there's something about the heart as well. There's something that's not being fully open. So, yeah. Okay, let's see what these cards have to say. Can you see these? Because I want to put these here. Okay, cool. That's good. Let me see if I can shimmy these up a little bit. And I think that there's a real sense of abundance. Like I feel like you are so giving. You give a lot to those around you. But to yourself, there's a little bit of I wouldn't quite so much say stinginess, but it just feels like there's not enough that you're giving to yourself, or almost there's not a seeing of the value of what it is to yourself that this can actually provide. So, dear Spirit, what messages are on the horizon for pile 1? Lunar moth. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Lunar moth. Hold on one sec. Well, coincidence is a funny thing, isn't it? There we go. Let's have a little look. There we go. You can have a little look there. Sorry about the camera bouncing there. So lunar moth, funnily enough, is about you breaking obsessive habits, which is what I saw. That sense of you like being involved in routine to get over something. So it's time to change that. It's time to have a wake-up call about that. So that's very interesting. So that's what's next on the horizon for you, pile 1. What other cards? This will be the last card that I pull for you. Some butterfly dragons. The Spirit, what is next for pile 1? What is on the horizon for pile 1? What is on the horizon for pile 1? There's too many, but I will take these two. And I don't read these upside down. Beauty. And then we also have innocence. I thought I was going to sneeze. Sorry, I was about to like stop it and then I was going to sneeze. Okay, so we've got beauty, which is the orchid, and the yellow tiger swallowtail. Orchids are very beautiful flowers, but they're very difficult to grow. They're not easy to grow. They need the right conditions. They need the right things. It's almost like, and also like orchids live in swamps as well. So it's almost like the real depth of like boggy kind of nature, that kind of moist nature, something that I get somewhere from a lot of pain. A lot of pain can kind of make that something that gives rise to this sense of beauty. And I think, you know, there's a sense of seeing the beauty within the pain. Your pain is beautiful, and I think there's almost a sense where you kind of don't, you like, the pain is to almost, it's ugly, you know. And then we also have innocence, which is the daisy and the peacock. Daisy is such a beautiful flower, and so, what a stark contrast from the orchid to the daisy. Daisy is such a sweet, sweet flower, very much childhood. Orchid is about the depth and maturity. So it's just really interesting, and I feel that, you know, it's very important for you to understand that you're in a process of transformation right now. I think, you know, pile 1, it feels very transformative. I'm not gonna lie, like it feels like you are literally turning something into gold. But you really are learning some tough lessons, and it's almost like you don't see it. It's that thing where someone, and I think I shared it in one of my readings, in my daily readings, but it's that thing where we're striving for something so bad, and the minute we let it go is the minute we get it. And that's what's happening now. And I really think that if you're moving on from something, particularly a heartbreak, you are moving on. It might not feel that you're moving on, but you are. You're literally taking one step, one foot, and putting it in front of the other. And that's all you do. You turn around and you look, you've conquered a mountain. So I think that that's what it is. And I think it's about you understanding that you've taken this journey and that you've taken this step. Because to me, right now, I don't feel like you can see that. And that's what is next on the horizon for you, pile 1. It's about you being able to see how far you've come, being able to see how far, like, what you've done. Because there's this tendency and obsession to kind of, like, you know, be like, I do get the sense that there is like, oh, you know, I've done all of this stuff, so I need to get this, I need to get this, I expect this. You know, I speak to friends and they say, oh yeah, like I should have gotten over this relationship, or I should be over this by now. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You know, it's almost like you would never ask yourself the question of you being over something when you are actually over it, you know? It will just happen. So it's all about like reaching out and being able to like kind of shoot for your essence, to regain your essential self, and that will be the truth of the situation. And I think what's on the horizon is that you're going to find that out, because you've been in a space, it seems like to me, that you've been just kind of going through the motions, expecting something, and it hasn't come. So you're like thinking, what is it that I need to do? And I don't think you need to do anything. I think the main thing is that you need to let go here, and really believe that you are deserving of happiness, because you are. There's a beauty and an innocence about you, pile 1, and it's something really beautiful, and I just want you to believe that it is possible for you. You know, it's not like, this is quite rare, fleeting, and it's also transformational. The lunar moth is transformational. So, you know, I think sometimes when we're like striving for something so hard, we don't get it. But the minute that we just kind of let go and allow it to be, like, there could be a possibility that you may never get over it. But I think even in the sense of you saying that, see how you feel about that. If you think to yourself, oh yeah, if you're trying to get over something, could be a disappointment, whatever it is. But even if you say, oh, I don't think I'll ever get over this. Is that true? Honestly. Is that true? Because I don't think it is. I think you know that you're deserving of happiness because you serve others in such a beautiful way. But do believe that you are worthy of this healing. You are worthy of this love just as much as everyone else is. Wow, beautiful reading. Beautiful reading, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did like this reading, please do give it a like. Please do subscribe for more readings. And I do daily readings. And yeah, let me know what your kind of feedback was, what your thoughts were about this reading in the comments below. And I will see you at the next one. Take care, my darlings. Bye. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Now, just to let you know that I've got the windows open at the moment, so if there's any noise, I do apologize. I may need to stop the reading and then quickly go and shut the windows. So I did warn pile 1 about it. But yeah, wow, what a new world. There's like a new world to conquer, new horizons. You've just arrived at this in a new place, it almost looks like. So it's almost like you're about to embark on like new territory, something new. You may be starting like a new job or something like that, but there's something that's new, absolutely new and uncharted. You have no idea about what's going on. So yeah, wow, I'm wishing you luck, pile 2. Lots and lots of luck. Let's see what the astrology has to say about you. What is on the horizon for pile 2? Dear Spirit, what is on the horizon for pile 2? What is on the horizon for pile 2, dear Spirit? Thank you. Solar eclipse, revolution. And it was reversed. Solar eclipse, revolution. Okay, let's have a look at some of the other cards and what they say. Because there's a sense of like maybe going against yourself and your own personal values in order to, or not even that. A revolution is something that would be kind of against something. It's almost like you've had to go the other way. You've had to kind of abstain. There's a reluctance towards being revolutionary in order for you to do this, which is contradictory to the idea of this card, exploring new lands, because that is revolutionary. But why do you have solar eclipse reversed? The solar eclipse is the moon going in front of the sun. So is there something hidden? Is there a hidden agenda? She's also in space, which is interesting. Or she's on a planet that she can breathe because she's got her helmet off. But is she on a new land? Is she? Yeah, it looks like it's the moon or something like that. So it's interesting. Yeah, let's see what the Astro Chakra cards have to say. Dear Spirit, what is on the horizon for pile 2? Dear Spirit, what is on the horizon for pile 2? Dear Spirit, thank you. Oh God, okay, I'll take them. Wow. So we've got creativity, which is responsibility, Saturn, discipline, that's sacral chakra. Then we've got 4, which is Mercury, communication, self-acceptance. And then we've also got creativity. Wow, so we've got 2 creativity, so 2 sacral chakras. Interesting how we have this orangey kind of red vibe here going on, and it's the lower 3 chakras here. So creativity and love and creativity. So it's the sacral and the heart. Individuality, communication, and discipline. So you've had to work hard to where you've gotten to in respect of like you embracing this new change that's going on. So, you know, it's almost like you've worked hard to get to where you've had to go to, but it feels like you've had to compromise yourself in order to get there. Yeah. Almost like go against your own nature, it feels like. Yeah. That's what I can sense. And, yeah, I think I might pop those there. So, yeah. And it's almost like a claiming, and you may feel that now is the time of when you can actually allow yourself to be who you are meant to be. It's almost like, that's it. What you've had to do in order to get to the position that you are, it's like you've had to follow rules in order to get to this position. And now you're in this new space. Now you can be who you want to be. You can take charge in the way that you want to. But it's almost like you've had to jump through hoops to get there. The spirit, thank you. Wow, I am humble. I am humble. Yeah, you've had to, there definitely, I feel that sense of humility here. Particularly with that, I just thought, yeah, there's a sense of you like not allowing yourself to be who you want to be. Up until now, it's almost like now you're at a space where, or almost like you're waiting. This is why you're doing what you're doing now in order to like get that. And I think you will get it. You will get there. Okay, I will move on to the tarot to have a look at what story is coming up. The Spirit, what messages would you like to communicate to pile 2 about what is on the horizon for them? What is on the horizon for pile 2? What is on the horizon for pile 2? Please, Spirit. What is on the horizon for pile 2? Interesting. Ace of Wands came up for pile 1. 4 of Wands also came up for pile 1. Eight of Wands. Lots of fire energy here. 10 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. Wow. 2 of Cups. Two of Cups, and we also have the 10 of Pentacles, both 10s reversed. Interesting, pile 2, interesting. Yeah, it matches what I said earlier. You've had real drive and creativity. You may even have gotten a relationship from this, in this endeavour, where you're moving towards a particular way, life, you know, what you desire. There's a deep sense of like not feeling satisfied though about it. It's almost like that person who's done all the things that they believe that they are supposed to have done in order to get the financial freedom, 2.4 children, you know, the whole kind of shebang in terms of the setup. And there is a sense of happiness. Like there is some happiness there. But the fulfillment is not there. What's next on the horizon? Accepting the defeat of you not being in the position where you believe that you should be. Yeah, shoulds, right? Shoulds. I should be at this position by now because I've done this and this and this. I should be here. I've worked this hard. I've done this stuff. I've ticked all the boxes. There may even be, once you admit defeat about like that's what's going to happen. So there will be something on the horizon that causes you to reevaluate yourself. And I've got a feeling it may be a partner. It may be either a partner or a friend, but somebody who really matters to you, somebody who you will care about their opinion, will allow you to see the truth of what you've been doing. Because you're deeply unfulfilled. There's a deep, deep sense of unfulfillment. Yeah. And your humility is wonderful. Your humility is either too much, or your humility is either like, or either you're not being you're not being humble enough. But I don't know, this card would have probably come up reversed if that was the case. I feel like personally you've got a really good sense, actually, to be honest. I feel like you've compromised yourself. Like you've compromised yourself quite a bit. Now there is a similar situation going on to pile 1, but if you weren't attracted to it, I don't know. See what you think. By all means, you're all welcome to look at other readings, but I find personally the one that I go for the first, unless I'm drawn to one like really strongly, then I'll do it, because sometimes there's a bit too much information, and I go deep in my readings. So yeah, it just feels like there's been a lot of movement towards, it is very similar to pile 1's, but it's not as well. Like there's been a lot of movement towards something, towards an ideal of something. Yeah, it's not the same at all. Sorry about my babbles. But yeah, there's been an ideal and an expectation. I just see a young woman in particular believing that if they do all the right things, tick the right boxes, get the right grades, do everything, they believe that, even it could be even something that they thought that they loved when they were young. They were really good at it. Mercury, communication. Uranus is like that kind of individuality. So it may be something that's completely, out there, something that was nurtured when you were young, and then you were like, right, okay, so you jumped through the hoops, you did all the stuff, you really got yourself a good structured sense of discipline. You were able to take responsibility for your talents and make them into something. But it's almost like with that solar eclipse reversed, it's almost like it's a, what's the word? It's an anticlimax. You're there and you're like, oh, okay. And part of this is about understanding why that's that way. You could be, I've met a lot of people that have gone that way in their lives, and then they have suddenly realized that their lack of spirituality or the lack of connection that they have to what they're doing doesn't, like, their life ends up, they don't know what has meaning within their life. And the reason why I say that is because we've got these two right in the center with the king, with the 10 of Cups in terms of this sense of fulfillment, and then we've also got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. She almost like she has everything, but then she doesn't. Why would she be here? Now, with that being said, there could be a sense of the mother figure, having this sense of imposition on material wealth. So there could be family dynamics that pushed one towards making sure that they earn money. But money can't buy you love. All the things, the good things in life are free, you know. And I think that's what you find out. That's what's next on the horizon. I think if you're single, then there may be a relationship or a good friendship that will come along to help you realize and shatter the illusion of fitting into this whole and ticking the boxes of the ideals that you have. And I don't know, with the I am humble card, I just get a feeling that like there's a sense of like not I don't feel like you fought for who you are. I feel like you fought for what you've got, but I don't feel like you fought for who you are. If that makes sense. And you've been driven by it, don't get me wrong, like you've really been driven by it, and you like there's this sense of happiness, like that you know. But it's that thing where, like, you know, you've spent all your life working towards, like, getting money and stuff. And then it just doesn't work out. Like, because you get there. I'll tell you a story, right? I was working as an actor for a long time. And, you know, only a certain amount of actors can get up to a certain stage. And I did a few things, and then it wasn't until later on in my career, around about, say, I'd say honestly about 12, maybe 11 years into my career, and that was when I started to see results. I started to see auditions that I'd always wanted to go to. I started to get in rooms that I'd always wanted to be in. I started to earn money in a way that I could be able to earn from being an actor. But then I got to a point, I got to, like, you know, one of the highlights, if you would say, of my career. And it was when I got there and I realized that this isn't where I want to be. And I'd spent all that time, like, you know, trying to do it, trying to get there. And then I realized that no, this isn't what I want. And I also feel like there's a sense of, like, acceptance of yourself that you've done this work. Because there can be a thing where you're like, well, what have I just done for the last, like, 20 odd years, you know? But that's okay, because that's part of life. And I think with the fluidity of Mercury, I think you need to allow yourself that kind of quicksilver element. You need to understand that fluidity will really work well within the heart. You know, accept yourself within that space. Communicate with yourself. How are you talking to yourself? Because I think you're super ambitious, Pile 2. But sometimes that drive can fuck you up, quite simply. So I think it's about you being able to breathe and allow the good things in life to be what truly leads you, rather than striving for the material goals that we believe are going to make us happy. Jeez, man, that's deep. Oh, Pile 2. Love you, Pile 2. I think you're great. I think you're bleeding great. Ghosts and abundance again. Yeah, I don't know. You guys, right? Same as Pile 1. But I think it's like, you guys earn money. I feel like you guys have got money. If you haven't, then you've got the potential. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're not earning money, you've got the potential to earn money, because you are clever little so-and-sos, Pile 2. You are very intelligent, very enterprising, and you get far, you know, particularly with that 3 of Wands, I see. And I think you need to believe in your sense. If you're not abundant, I think you need to believe that you're abundant, and you also need to believe in your ideas that you have, because the ideas that you have, I think they're really different, and you need to accept that they may be different, but they could really change people's lives, I feel. And the ghost, it is reversed. I feel like you may be trying to escape ghosts of yourself or ghosts of your past. We don't have the Seven of Wands. Now that's my top trump ghost card, fighting with ghosts. But I also feel that, you know, to tackle that, you may also, right, pile 2, you may have also gone through this transition, and it may be this is what it is. It's a relationship that's enlightening you to this, and that's what's on the horizon. You know, that kind of breakthrough. I feel that could be a very real possibility. Let's see what the other cards say. Dear Spirit, what does pile 1, what is on the horizon for pile 2? Sorry, pile 2. The silence. Wow, the silence. The silence. Do you know what I get from that? I get that either you need to meditate, right? Or understanding that silence is, you being silent is not necessarily the way forward, you know? I think being vocal about what you're doing. Because I don't know, with these 3, I'm just getting like a real sense of somebody who really is brilliant, like, but is not allowing themselves to be. That's what I get from that, and particularly with that I am humble card. It's almost like there's a bubbling brook, and you're like, I mean, we don't have cups reversed, but yeah, there's some dampening down. I think that needs to change. Pile 2. Okay. Any other cards? Yeah, this one, I think. The Spirit. Pile 2. What's on the horizon for pile 2? Well, we got fire. It was reversed. Reckless actions lead to conflict. It was reversed. I think you're being too careful. Yeah. I think you're being too careful. I feel like you're just doing what you need to do because you don't want to upset the status quo. You're playing by the game, and you need to get out of that. You need to get out of that. You know, the sacral chakra is all about like letting go, letting loose, letting free, being like really, and not to say that you know you shouldn't be responsible with that, but you know that's why art is such a beautiful medium for you to allow yourself to be free. So if there is any activities that you can do that allow yourself to like have a sense of freedom, please go and do them. Something that really like lights your fire, no pun intended. But it's just interesting. We've got loads of wands here. We've got 3 wands here. And we do have the 3 of wands, which I usually would have put back into the deck. But for some reason, I don't know, I really like the imagery here. And we don't have the 2. And the 10 is reversed. I don't know, I just get a real strong sense of dissatisfaction in what you're doing. And when you're suppressing some energy within you, which I see this as, I just see this, just particularly with this wording here, there's this sense of like, you're being really careful. Too careful. Revolution was reversed. That's compliance reversed, like the opposite of revolution. It's compliance. And I feel like you're being compliant. So you're going to learn. What's next on the horizon for you, pile 2, is that being compliant is not the way. You're going to learn how to like get through this compliance that you've been working through. Let's see what the butterfly dragons have to say. The enchanted blossoms. I love these guys. Protection, eucalyptus, and the monarch. You're protected, pile 2. You're protected. You're allowed. There is fear here. You know, the only reason why you wouldn't be going forward and living your dreams is because you're scared, right? That's the only reason. And I think you may have been affected by ghosts in the past. You know, you were defeated really badly. Or not so much badly, but something that affected you badly, you know? It affected you in an intense way. And I think you need to believe in yourself, that you can make decisions, that you can make things happen, that you can, and it's not even make things happen, that you can listen, you can march to the beat of your own drum and you'll be okay. That's what it is. It's that creativity, it's that Uranus. You know, and I feel like these chakra cards here, they're coming up because these are attributes that you need to embody going forward, to accept what's coming to you on the horizon, to see those things, to conquer this world, because this is your world. You've created this. You have gone there. You've discovered it. That takes some guts. That takes some balls. That takes whatever you want to call it. It takes a lot to get there. And I think you need to give yourself the credit that you deserve, because everybody can see it, pile 2. Everybody can see it. It just looks like you can't. And I think you feel that I feel like you're scared. So don't be, pile 2. You've got some cracking things coming for you. You've got lands to explore, pile 2. You've got people to innovate. You've got things to take care of. So and the responsibility is yours because you deserve it. You created this sense of responsibility, that you created this level, for you to be at this level of responsibility. This is what you wanted, and this is what you deserve. All right, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed that reading. That was really interesting reading. Cool reading. Really liked it. I hope you liked it as much as I did. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please do share, comment, and subscribe, all that good juju. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading. Take care, my darlings. Bye. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Art of Adventure Tarot, and you chose this 3 of Wands right here. Somebody who's excited about what's going on. Somebody who actually feels lifted by their plans. Feels elevated, but I am a little concerned that he hasn't got his feet on the ground. But then again, there is a sense of stability that's there. But yeah, his feet's not on the ground. So it's almost like a sense of whether or not that this is a realistic output. You may even believe that your dreams or what you've been expecting may not be real. I don't know, that seagull's giving me some stuff. Someone's like, all right, mate. You know, you're pretty excited about seeing all these boats. And it's interesting because the boats aren't coming to him. It's like he's watching them. So it's almost like there's a sense of possibility. Do you wonder if you've done the work? Do you wonder if you've done what you need to do in order for these ships to come back to you in a way that you want them to? That's deep. Interesting. All right, pile 3. Let's crack on. So, pile 3, I'm just going to do some astrology, dear Spirit. what is next for pile 3 on the horizon. What is on the horizon for pile 3? You got 3. I'll take them. So you got earth element stability, you got water element sensing, and you've got Saturn return age. Bada bing, bada boom. Pile 3. There's some serious like waking up that's going on. Realizations, calibrations. You know, I always see the Saturn return as like the wake-up call, like the first wake-up call, let's say. You know, it causes you to reevaluate everything. It causes you to really look at what direction that you're looking in, where you're going. The earth element came up. It was the right way up. So, you know, maybe you know. Maybe you know pile 3. I feel like there's a sense that you may have like been there, done that, got the t-shirt, tried it. And now you're, you know, you've matured in that. Which is why you're able to be like that. Yeah, maybe. Don't know. Let's see what else is going to come up. 2, I'll take them. Again, I am humble. And I keep the waters pure. Yeah, because that would make sense. Because I don't know. I feel like some contamination here. I don't like with him not being on the ground. I don't like it, and I don't like that seagull. And when I say I don't like it, I mean like I don't. There's something that doesn't feel grounded for me. It doesn't feel like it's based in reality. The seagull to me is a warning. It's saying to me that there's something that's not right here. And I keep the waters pure. There's something that's not... interesting. What's on the horizon for pile 2? Dear Spirit, Vitality, Sun, Inner Self. I think that's the first card in this deck. Yeah, I think you may be burning the candle at both ends, pile 3. Yeah. Plates spinning, I just got the set, because I was just like, why are those ships like going that way as opposed to like coming towards you or going away? And it's because you're overseeing something. It's almost like I get the sense that maybe you don't think that you're you don't think that something is going to be able to cope if you don't deal with it. Do you know what I mean? I get a sense that you work very hard, pile 3. Maybe a little too hard. I keep the waters pure, and it was reversed. What are you not keeping pure? What are you not keeping pure? What's next on the horizon for pile 2? Sorry, pile 3. What's next on the horizon? I'm knackered. What's next on the horizon for pile 3? Strength. Okay, how are we going to do this? Right, there we go. Got lots of cards, pile 3. Yeah, I feel like there's a sense of experience and groundedness that you've got. You've got something where you have been there, done that, got the t-shirt, the mug, keyring, and all the rest of it. Special upgrade pass to this experience. The only thing I'm seeing is that because of that, there's a sense of contamination that's going on. There's almost like a control freak kind of energy going on. Somebody that likes to implement control and likes to know exactly what's going on. I hear that. I have a Capricorn moon, so I hear that. Wow, so strength, the 7 of Pentacles. Oh gosh, same as pile 2, 10 of Cups reversed. The 9 of Cups upright, the Emperor reversed. Well, what did I say? Control freak? 4 of Wands again. Wow, interesting. All 3 piles got 4 of Wands. The Lovers. Okay. The Hanged Man. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. See, any cards I wanted to come out came out, so I'm making the reading big for myself, innit? But still, I think you deserve it, my pile 3s. So this sense of dissatisfaction that's going on, and it's a wish for something, but I don't know, this kind of striving and this wish that I can sense within you is causing you to... There's some kind of dogmatic nature that is abusive, I feel, in a way. Are you scared about losing control, Paul? 3. You seem scared. You seem like you don't want to do it, but you know that you have to. Somebody's going to come in and teach you how to. It's commitment. Like, you know what it is? Yeah, it's commitment. Which is so ironic. That's why his feet are not on the ground. There's a lack of commitment. You know, the original meaning for that card, like in a love relationship, when I see that card in a love relationship, to me it means that somebody's playing the field while they're in a relationship. And that's what's going on here. There seems a sense of playing the field with oneself. Also, there may be a sense of you thinking that there may be something better around the corner. You do have the Lovers here. You don't have like 3 of Cups and stuff like that. It's almost like life that you've chosen for yourself. You're starting to understand that there needs to be drastic changes because you want something different. You really want something different. And it's almost like the sense of the castle has been built up so strongly that there's an inability to see how you could even begin to change that. Because this happiness here, it's almost like you either have it or you either know that you can have it. But you've got this like, what's this Knight of Cups doing here? Like, why like... Why is that Knight of Cups there? I think it's about finding joy and passion within your life. Somebody's going to come in and either show you that, or there's going to be something that provokes you to be able to realize that. Because I think the focus, and this has been a running theme with like all of the 3 readings, there has been this focus of doing what needs to be done, but not doing what one wants to do. And that definitely feels that way. But I don't know, this Three of Wands, I don't like his feet not touching the ground. I just feel like that's a real non-committal energy, which is contradictory to what we've got here. We've got earth element and water element. So maybe that's the thing, you know. I've heard so many times where people have got to a stage where, as I said, where they think that they're doing all the things that they need to, similar to pile 2. They're doing all the things that like tick the boxes. So go to, you know, get good grades, go to university, and then get married, have kids. That's life. Work until you're like retirement age, and then that's it. But that whole mindset seems to me like it's something that really not only tires you out, it's giving you a lot of strength. It's giving you a lot of ability to be able to like cope generally. I think, to be honest with you, it's made you who you are. Like, you know, you may have, for example, like worked as a like a particular manager within a company, and this has been something that's really, you know, you really feel good within this. And not only that you feel, but then there's also this sense of getting kind of caught up in the whole kind of corporate game. You know, the higher you go up the ladder, the more you kind of have to affiliate in a certain way with people, and it kind of loses a sense of yourself, and it's almost like you believe that you've had to do this because that is what you've done to survive. But also, I don't know, I was thinking, we don't have the Magician reverse, but we do have the Emperor reverse, and there's a sense of manipulation here. There's a sense of the energy being misdirected. It's not all entirely wholesome, this image that may be being put out. So what is on the horizon for you, pile 3? That you will be having to make a choice about what will truly make you happy. And about making yourself vulnerable, I think, more. Because I don't know, I feel like it's an image. Particularly with this guy here. It's an image. What's the reality? Do you want to strive towards that? I think you do. Let's see what these cards have to say. This is really interesting, actually. Your spirit, what's on the horizon for pile 3? Well, that makes sense. Frustration. Yeah, there's definitely a similar theme. It's like a frustration with things not going your way. And then there's this implementation of control, which I'm not surprised, because you've got earth element, water element, and Saturn return. People go cuckoo at that time, you know. It either breaks you or makes you. I mean, in essence, it really does make you, but, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like, how do you navigate that? You can either navigate it in a good way or a bad way. And I'll be honest with you, pile 3, like, I don't think you'd be at this reading if you weren't navigating it in a good way. I'm just, this feet on the ground business, I'm not like, I feel like you need to get your feet in the ground and be honest with yourself. If you are being frustrating with other people, don't be, because I think they're supporting you in ways that you're not realizing. There may be a sense of like controlling, dominating, because you wish things to be a certain way. But I do also see this switch up, going into this like Knight of Cups kind of mode, where you almost like charm people into a way, like, to be able to like do what you want. Now, we all do that to a certain extent, and please, only take what resonates, discard the rest. But it's just interesting how we have the Lovers here. Now, the Lovers isn't reversed, so it means to me that there's a choice that's being made, and I do feel that people listen to you, and people respond to you in a good way. But this Emperor reversed, it could be a father figure. It could be like striving for ideals in a way. Oh, I feel really sad. You know, when you go through something where you've had a parent that's really intensely mean, oppressive, essentially just not very nice, there's a sense of disassociation that can occur. And it's almost like everything that you do, everything that you try and be, everything that you try and do, try to achieve in life, try to work with, it's just never good enough. It's never good enough. I read it when I was researching about narcissistic family dynamics, and particularly with like mothers. I don't necessarily know about fathers, but I wouldn't be surprised if it works in that same way. You know, if one parent is very oppressive, there is, well, actually I do know, but like if one parent, both parents are oppressive, there is a questioning of yourself, of whether or not that you are worthy, or whether you are deserving, whether you are good enough. And that's what that Emperor reversed is about. It's about this sense of inadequacy. And that's why this frustration came up. That's why this Ten of Cups is here. Because it's almost like, yeah, this is what I'm striving for, but is it really going to make me happy? I'm working so hard about it, and I'm still not satisfied with what I've got, but I've managed to get all this strength, and I really understand this stuff. Of getting a sense of happiness. I am feeling that sense of stability and happiness, and I may even be able to believe that I am taking and making the right choices. Yeah. I think that might also be an angle on this reading. So you've got two there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 major arcana. Okay, let's see what these guys have to say. Dear Spirit, what is on the horizon for pile 3? What's on the horizon? Ooh. Even went ding on my... Oh, and you got another one. Look at that. All the cards are out for you. And no, I won't take that. I'm not going to take that because it's too many. So you got the moon and the black cat. Your luck will soon change. You'll be guided through the darkness. Yeah. What I was saying about you trying everything, becoming the person who maybe parents always wanted you to be. Maybe striving for everything and trying to make others happy, but being frustrated, being this square peg trying to fit into this round hole. Yeah. This is actually really sad, because it's like a child that's climbing a fence and trying to see. Yeah. Oh, pile 3. Sad, sad, sad. I'm sorry, pile 3. I'm really sorry for whatever happened to you. The scales, the rebalance will occur. I'm telling you, pile 3, like whatever has happened to make you feel this way, and even if you are in this space where you are being this Emperor reversed, where you are being uptight, controlling, dictatorial, you're going to feel better soon. I promise. And this isn't about like whether or not you do certain things to certain people, and you know, you pay for it in terms of karma. Hurt people, right? So this is about you being able to realize the error of your ways. And I think that's what's on the horizon for you, pile 3. That your behavior is going to change towards others. You're going to be able to value others more. Dear Spirit, what is on the horizon for pile 3? What is on the horizon for pile 3? What is on the horizon? Can I have a card, please? What is on the horizon for pile 3? Oh, magnificence. Birds of paradise, uncommon mother of pearl. Okay, so this is it. It could either swing 2 ways. It's either like feeling so grandiose that there's this sense of insufficiency, which usually comes with narcissism, or like a sense of like grandiosity. It's the absolute opposite effect. So there's this sense of not feeling magnificent, not feeling completely inadequate. I get this from this reading. I get this sense of like real overcompensation in the respect of like trying so hard in order to be the best that you can be from both sides. As I said, it can either express itself in a negative way, and then also in a, well, they're both negative. It's either the way of internalizing it and concaving it inside, or it either expresses itself outwardly in where we try and control others. And I feel that that's what's going on here, particularly with this magnificence. But on the other hand, I don't think that you would be coming to this reading if you weren't. When they say the latter, does that mean the last thing I said? I can never remember, but you know, I think there's a level of self-awareness that you have, pile 3, that is going to allow you to be in a space where you're going to be able to accept that you are magnificent. The scales will turn. Yeah, it's that sense of like that black hole where you're trying to fill it, that void. Because I don't know, there's just so much strength and talent and possibility that is going on in this reading. And we've got that muddy waters here. I keep my waters pure. The water is not pure. Why is it not pure? And there's a sense of inadequacy going on, and an inadequacy expresses itself in certain ways when people are feeling shame. That's what I get in this reading. I get deep shame. So what is for you on the horizon, pile 3, is that you will realize that this shame doesn't serve you anymore. It doesn't serve you. It's not who you are. It's not who you are. I might need to do a pile. I might need to do another reading, because I want to know like how you're gonna get, like how you're gonna move out of this. I want to know. Is the answer here the King of Cups? Yeah. The answer is here. So what you need to do is you need to romance yourself. Yeah. You need to romance yourself. You need to give yourself the love. You need to be the King of Cups to yourself. You need to embody whatever those elements of the King of Cups, you need to give them to yourself. Because I didn't get that. And that's what the Hanged Man is, like, you know, a change of perspective. But with this Hanged Man, because it's reversed, I would say that that's movement. But I think you're not seeing the right perspective for you. So the only way that you're going to see it is by giving yourself some love. I just don't know if you talk nicely to yourself, pile 2, 3. don't know if you talk nicely to yourself. I don't know what conversations you're having with yourself. So take some time to love yourself, like truly love yourself. To be a true messenger of love. And believe that you deserve it. You know, believe that this is something that's, it's deep though. You know, if you've got the Emperor reversed here, that's either like issues within yourself or issues with your, you know, with something that's close to you. And I think the recognition of those issues is going to be something that really helps you to change. And because you've got the Moon here, you will be guided through the darkness and your luck will soon change. These are very sacred symbols. We've both got like Egyptian as well, because this deck uses Celtic, it uses Egyptian and some other, there's other kind of modalities it uses within the actual oracles. But we've got 2 Egyptian, and they're both, and you've got Anubis and Ra here. So it's about the death and the birth here. So it's about you being able to transform into something and recognize who you truly are. And it will be life-changing. Life-changing. This is who you are. You know, it's actually, you. Not only that, it also feels like there's a bit of like burnout here as well. So if that's the case, doing this is going to help you. That's what's next for you on the horizon. You being able to come back to a sense of vitality and being able to express this and be like this Knight of Cups. That's what I think. Wow, beautiful reading, pile 3, beautiful. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope you did enjoy this reading. If you did like it, please do like it. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, I will see you in the next reading. Take care, my darlings, and have a beautiful day. Bye.